Before I upload this video, I just want to let you guys know that I do have a second channel, and I've actually provided an insane amount of value on this channel already in only 4 videos. Now, this is the channel where I post shorts, okay? So if you were interested in my shorts, that's like a short channel. But what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start doing an interview, at least 1 per week, okay? I'm going to do 1 every couple days if I can. I need people to volunteer to get in calls with me, preferably showing their face. And I'll do calls with them and do interviews with them. So if you're interested, just hit me up on Discord, but I need to see proof of like some really good thing you've done. Maybe you got like 10K payouts, maybe you've gotten 5 different payouts using IFVGs, and you must use my strategy and my model. The first interview was super cool. Like, this guy literally doubled the account. I talked to him like about his journey, what you're struggling with. Like, he lost like 3 days in a row one day, and I'm like, what do you do? Like, how do you react to that? And, you know, these people all had different journeys and how they found me and how they kind of make their IFVGs and how they trade IFVGs to be profitable. You know, they talk about revenge trading, they talk about all this stuff. So if you're interested in this, go drop a subscription, and I make sure to turn on the notification bell. A lot of you guys don't have the notification bell on. So when you subscribe, you'll get like a notification to upload the video. A lot of people, they always ask me like, oh, where do you upload this video? And I go YouTube, and they're subscribed, but they don't have notifications on. They just don't get the video notification. So check this channel out. I already have like 5 other videos ready to post right now, so by the time this is uploaded, there should be more, but they're all going to be interviews. And if you're interested in getting interviewed and you have success and you can show me, just DM me on Discord. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? In this video, I'm going to be going over why trading the same setup every day is going to make you 10 times more profitable than if you were to trade 10 setups every day. Okay, now let me start off with a quote. Okay, I don't know if you know who said this. Comment the name in the replies. I'm not going to say it. Okay, but fear the man who has practiced the same 1,000 kicks one time. Do not fear the man who has practiced 1,000 different kicks a bunch of times. Okay, so that it totally relates to this and what I'm going to be speaking about in this video. So let's get right into it. Now, if you're new at trading, you don't understand, and I didn't understand either, why taking the same setup is so beneficial. In this chart, I already see my setup sticking right out at me. It's this one right here. I take this every time. It's really good setup. Now, ask yourself, when you trade, is there a setup that you're just like, if you see it, you're like, oh my God, this is great, I'm in, you know? Is there that setup? If the answer is no, that means you're probably focusing on too many ICT concepts. You've probably learned a lot from ICT. You don't know what to focus on. You're probably trying to take breaker blocks, inversions, normal like 2022 model fair value gaps. If you do not have a setup in mind where you can truly like see it on the chart and be like, okay, I'm taking this every time, then you need to find that model, okay? I promise. Okay, I was way more profitable after finding a model that I use every single time because there was no thinking, no buts, no ands. I just saw the model and I took it. So my issue earlier on trading is I used to try too many different things. So what would happen is I tried inversion. So I tried inversion, and then I try to combine that with like a unicorn breaker block entry, or it has an order block. And what would happen is I take the short entry and I'd be like, oh, but what if we bounce off this order block right here? And I'd be scared. And I'd be like, well, there's a bullish order block, but there's a bearish inversion. And I would totally I would be so confused. I wouldn't take anything because I didn't have a single model. I looked for too many models, right? So there's an OB model, there's a CISD, there's a breaker block model, there's a 2022 model. And a lot of times what happened was every time I got in the 2022 model, like here, maybe I long this fair value gap here, I'd be like, oh, but there's another bearish fair value gap we couldn't break here. Like, what if we reject it? And I'd like get scared out. So the benefits of trading the same exact model is so helpful because you're not going to worry about anything else. After backtesting the same model so many times, which obviously I teach the inversion model, you're going to master it. You're going to, whenever it pops up the market, you're going to see it. And if you don't know that feeling yet, then I'm sorry. You're going to need you need a lot more screen time. You need to know that feeling. I bet you about half the people watching this video have no idea what that feeling is. If you go in the market in the AM session and you just sit there, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, this setup jumps right out at me. Okay, then you know what I'm talking about. But the people who don't understand that, you need to somehow get that feeling. And how are you going to get that feeling? Well, one, you're going to have to just keep forward testing, keep live trading every day, and you're going to slowly feel it over time. or two, you need to backtest thousands of hours, and you need to see the same setup play out millions and millions and millions. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but hundreds of times, okay? Because you're going to be the man practicing the same kick 1,000 times, right? So, again, you need to understand this if you want to maximize your potential, okay? So what's my model? Well, my model is I just look for broken fair value gaps, like inversion setups, right? And I'm going to show you PDF, okay? And this is a very good PDF. It's a new PDF. I haven't shared it yet, okay? And it's basically, it's the most common winning setup among thousands of my students, okay? And I'm going to pull it open real quick. Give me 1 second. So this is going to be it. So this is the this is the best setup out of 1,000 of my students. Okay. And it will be in the description, so you can download it if you want, and you can kind of look at it. But you don't need to use the setup. But if you want to try to do what I'm telling you in this video, then try to use this PDF and then make this the only setup you take, right? This is the same kick I've practiced 1,000 times, right? Whenever I see this, I'm taking it every single time. So basically, it's a sweep of liquidity or a bounce off of an inversion, okay? It's like a really quick, like down, up, like a V-shaped recovery. So it's like two bearish candles and then like some bullish candles, okay? Sometimes it takes 3 candle reverses. Sometimes it's like 5 candles. It just depends. But try to keep it like 6 or less. Maybe 7, maybe 8, just to make, you just got to be super confident in that situation. But this took 4 candles reverse, and you try to target 1 hour higher. But this setup right here, this is the only model you should probably practice taking, okay? And see if you can actually do what I'm saying. Try taking the same model hundreds times and compare it to your results when you're trying to take a different model every time. So you can see here, this is actually kind of like the model I just showed you, except it took 1 candle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to reverse. And that's still less than 10, which is still pretty good. But honestly, it could have been a little quicker, which would have made it better. But I mean, 8 candles is all right. Another example would be something like here. See how this only took 3 candles to reverse right here? Actually, I would say 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like down, doji, boom, right back up. Like it's just a really nice like V-shaped formation. And if you can practice taking that signature price, whether it be in back testing or whatever you're taking 1,000 times, you'll see the setup. You'll start to gain that feeling of, okay, if I see this, I'm taking it, right? And it needs to be there, right? If you see like this, right? Let me show you another example. If you see this, let me see if I have a good example. Like an inversion here, this is not the same setup. This is an inversion setup, but see how we come down, we just chop, then we break it. Like it's not that 3 candle like V-shaped recovery, and that's what you want to see. So if you can try to use that setup and just take that setup 1,000 different times, I probably will bet, okay, I'm not going to promise you anything because this is based off your own DD. I'm going to bet you're going to get much better results, and you're going to see really the big benefits of creating the same setup every day. Now, expect this setup at least 3 times a week if you're in the 1-minute time frame, maybe 5 to 10 times a week if you're in the 15 second or 30 second. And yeah, that's really going to be it for this video. I'd like to see your guys' results, so comment your results below. I'm very curious, and I'm very curious to see how you do. So that's going to be it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. And don't forget to use code DODGY, Apex off, 80% off sale. You know the vibes. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. Peace.